in the SSC. And tip-off is won by Rollins. Cade Long will give it to Kyle Marion, one of the two absentees in the last game between these two sides. Also, one of the team's leading scorers.
And look for the Sharks to push pace, especially in the offensive side of things, as R.J. Tsunohara gets his first block.
And he'll get the rebound there on the missed shot from Silvera.
Rollins goes in this 2-3 zone, so they want to get into their offense quick and move that ball around, get that ball to the top of the key.
Pierre steps inside, chucks it over to Rogers. He's got an open three. Swish! Kobe Rogers knocks it down.
And there is no better player to have to beat this zone than Jonathan Pierre. 6'9", can see over bodies. Beautiful delivery there, and a good start for Kobe Rogers.
Cade Long will hold it at half court, and that's a 10-second violation. He should have crossed it when he had the chance.
Got a little too cute there, and it's an area where you don't want to get too cute. Imperative to have a good start tonight for Rollins. It's a team that lost 100-58 last time these two met. NSU 21 threes in that game.
And here's a three for Pierre. And it's off the mark, but Rogers gets the board. A shot from the elbow, twirls out. Rebound collected by Yanor, the other player missing from that game, and the team's leading scorer. Marion gets it out. Long chucks it down the court to Grashayev. Right now, it's a task to even get the ball down the court, and they turn it over. A backcourt violation gives it right back to the Sharks.
And that's what Will Yoakum was talking about, that half-court defense, really extending out there, that pickup point outside of that three-point line, and the ball pressure tremendous. 2 early turnovers for Rollins.
Quick tweets of the whistle. Coach Crutch, not sure if he's talking to a ref or one of his players there. But a properly loaded Rollins side this go around for Tom Klusman, who's coached over 40 years for Tars basketball. Graziani between the two circles, checks it over to Jonathan Pierre. He returns the favor. Graziani, why not shoot the three? And it'll rattle out. Grashayev with the board. Cameron Corcoran is in the game now. Marion gets it to Corcoran. Marion over to Cade Long. Long, low bounce inside and does not find Silvera. Turning the ball over, giving it right back to Nova Southeastern. That's their third turnover already.
Yep, and again, the ball pressure is tremendous. Cade Long turns that ball over. The body language for Rollins, it tells it all right now. They've got to figure out a way to get a couple passes in on the possession, for God's sake.
Pierre. Overhead pass. Rogers from the corner for three. And it's off the nose. Rebound collected by Marion.
Nova Southeastern getting really good looks from beyond the arc, just having connected early on. Just that 1-3 from Kobe Rogers.
Corcoran nearly losing it there. And then Long trying to dish it off. Instead finds the legs of R.J. Tsunohara. Here's Kobe Rogers to Pierre. Pierre zips it inside for Yoakum. SSC Player of the Week, shoots and scores.
And that's just a beautiful, patient move from Will Yoakum. Probably could have taken that free throw line jumper. Instead, takes that extra dribble to extend that defense and create an opening. Beautiful jumper from Will.
Nova Southeastern sweeping the SSC Player of the Week honors this week as a throwdown on the other side from Silvera. Gets their first bucket of the day.
And Rollins has size, 7-footer and 6'9".
Yoakum's three is no good. Tsunohara taking some contact and flailing out of play. On the other end, Graziani is able to knock that ball out before it goes up. Marion with the jumper, and it's off the mark. Pierre catches that one with ease. Down the court, breakneck pace right now. RJ spinning, and he loses the ball. Grashayev stripped it out.
Pace favoring Nova Southeastern. I don't know if Rollins wants to play this fast, but they might have to.
Marion spinning, nearly getting trapped by RJ and Dallas. Corcoran checks it to Long. Over to Grashayev. Marion with the ball now. And a thudding screen on Dallas Graziani as Marion knocks it down.
What a screen on that side.
1 point ball game. Nova Southeastern leading. Graziani taking that hit there. Has the ball in his hands once again. Pierre bounces inside for Yoakum. Yoakum with a turn, and Yoakum can't get the reverse to go, but he'll pick up the pieces and put it away.
Beautiful spin there, just couldn't convert, but sticks with it. Offensive rebound and a layup for Will Yoakum.
Corcoran leaves it for Grishayev. Prods and then steps back. Rogers with the steal. Kobe Rogers all the way down the court. It's wide open, throwing it down. A two-hand jam from Kobe Rogers.
Space the Sharks a little bit more, value the basketball, and use their size in the interior. Just careless with the basketball early on.
John Latimer, the third, subbing into the game, has the ball. Maybe he'll have an effect on the game, but he won't there. Sharks with the steal. Ryan Davis leaves it. Thomas Murphy on the ball. And I think he stepped out of bounds. You got a three-player substitution. Ryan Davis, Thomas Murphy, and Jake Moranville, the Bash Bros in the game.
Yeah, and this lineup is just going to muck up the game. They're going to make things ugly, create turnovers and havoc on that defensive side.
Marion checks it to Yanor. They'll pass around the perimeter. John Latimer, the third, on the ball. Marion. Long range two, and it's no good. Jake Moranville with some help from Murphy, tapping it to him.
Yanor's got to assert himself a little bit more. I don't know if he's taken a shot tonight so far early on. He hasn't.
Graziani, after getting the ball from Moranville. Zipping pass inside for Yoakum. Yoakum's pass is deflected, and it tipped around a couple of times. They'll say it came off of Latimer last. As RJ Sunahara comes in for Murphy. Sunahara coming back after that injury. He's played the last 2 games.
Yeah, still trying to get his win back.
Graziani for 3, no good. Ryan Davis comes flying in as he does.
And I'm telling you, Mark, if the Sharks are able to get the ball at the free throw line, they've got backside cutters sitting in that dunker spot right behind the rim. You want to get a Jonathan Pierre and RJ Sunahara in that position.
Couple of passes. Latimer has it. He leaves it for Jaden Frazier. He just checked into the game, and he's stripped. Yoakum with the steal. Gets it to Graziani. Dallas Graziani to Ryan Davis. Back to Graziani. Jumps inside. Davis will prod in. Now Dallas will shoot 3. Off the tray. No good. And like you said, Steve, the shots from beyond the arc are there. They're just not knocking them down yet.
Just not 1 for 8 from beyond the arc, and it was a good kick by Ryan Davis. Dallas Graziani caught the ball a little bit high, had to bring it down, maybe rushed his delivery a little bit. Misses it on that backside of the rim.
First foul of the day, Jake Moranville. The one guilty. Denor nearly slipping there.
And I like this move. Jonathan Pierre in the game to combat that zone.
Corcoran to Marion. Marion with a tough shot. And the board is fought for and won by Pierre.
Nice job by RJ Sunahara. Not jumping there, just showing his body and making the alter the shot from Marion.
Moranville for 3. It swishes through like a rainbow from Jake Moranville.
And that's the side we're starting to see game in game. Jake Moranville's ability to stretch the floor.
High pass to Corcoran. Guarded by Kobe Rogers. He'll give it to John Latimer III. Marion checks over to the left-hand side for Yanor. Moranville's guarding Corcoran. 15 on the shot clock. Yanor making his way to the rim, and it's blocked by RJ Sunahara. Mid-air collision. Rogers leaves it for Moranville. Moranville bounced it to Davis. He leaves it to RJ. He floats it up. Too strong. Now Davis will try it. Too strong. Rebound collected by Yanor. Corcoran guarded by Rogers once again. A lot of stabs in there. Frazier out to Corcoran for 3, and no good.
It's better possession inside-out game from Rollins. It's a good look.
Quick floated pass and right into the gut of our cameraman.
And I don't know if RJ Sunahara got popped in the midsection, but he is hands on his knees right now.
That's 2 players that were hit right around the same area there. The camera operator and RJ Sunahara at some point.
You don't want to get hit there.
Yanor.
And this needs to be the guy. Yanor has to be the guy for Rollins.
19 points per game, 0 so far after nearly 8 minutes of action.
And how many times the leading scorer come to the Shark Tank and all of a sudden those numbers completely drop?
Well, a ride pass hitting the board. Somehow it's still Rollins' ball.
I thought that was supposed to be out of bounds. I thought this should be Sharks' ball. Looks like this hit the side of the backboard.
I don't know if it hit the backboard or the side of the rim. Either way, it was a haywire pass. So they'll discuss. The ref getting a look from Coach Crutch there.
So it looks like Coach Klusman is saying it hit the side of the rim, so the shot clock
could
could
reset.
What I think. But they're not going to reset it. 5 ticks left.
Not sure how that's the conclusion you can come to, but here's a 3 ball, and it's no good. Pierre with another board.
And look at how JP snatches that rebound, pushes ahead.
Pierre to Yoakum, the reverse, it's good.
And that's all JP right there. That is recognizing your ability to push the ball, something he would not do last year. Grab the rebound and finding Will Yoakum.
Yoakum popping the ball around. Thought we were going to have to get active hands for a moment there, Steve.
Well, Josh raised up his hand, so I didn't move an inch.
You were protected.
Yeah.
Brooks Kaler has checked into the game, by the way. The sophomore guard from Atlanta. Twirling his fingers in front of Dallas Graziani. RJ trying to zip it over to Pierre. Pierre motioning him to throw it up as opposed to across. And we have hit the under 12 timeout. We'll step aside for a break, but before that, Steve, I think we have some thank yous to give out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mark. The courtyard.
Pretty low in the bucket category.
Yeah, it is, but I'll tell you one person that continues to grow, it's Jonathan Pierre. I'm still not over that last possession. Just snatching that rebound and pushing ahead and recognizing the defense. Beautiful job from JP, and what a luxury to have him at the top of the key in this zone.
That went a little crazy there. Pierre for 3. It's no good. Rebound collected by Yanor.
And the same way that NSU wants to push ahead to not let Rollins sit up in that zone is the same way Rollins needs to do the same thing to NSU.
John Latimer, guarded by Will Yoakum. Checks it over to Yanor. Yanor, long range 3 off the tray. And Yoakum has the rebound. Jonathan Pierre surveying his options. Kicks it over to Rogers. Graziani with a low catch. Bounces it to Kobe. Rogers for 3. It's good. Kobe Rogers heating up offensively.
Isn't he so much more efficient, Mark, when he's able to set his feet, plant, and just rise above?
Cade Long splits the defenders to John Latimer. Kaler inside for Silvera. High pass. Here's a 3 on the other side. It'll rattle out for Cade Long.
Couple in and out threes for Rollins. Got to keep shooting the ball. They lead the SSC in three-point percentage for a reason. Getting good looks. Just got to convert.
Rogers trying to zing it into RJ there.
And NSU has tried to do that a couple of times. Rollins has been good active hands-wise. There's been a couple of times where the Sharks have had that low man and has tried to pass it, and it's gotten deflected.
Privy to their wiles as Pierre has another one of those passes get knocked away. Long down the court. Yanor over to Kaler. Back to Yanor. Long inside for Silvera. I think that's a foul on Will Yoakum.
We're 10 minutes in and Rollins has 4 points. That is unbelievable. 2 for 12 from the field, 8 turnovers, 0 for 4 from beyond the arc.
Norris guarded by Graziani. Yoakum gets the steal. Yoakum down the court working on Yoakum! He tried to destroy him there.
Mark, if Will Yoakum would have connected on that, I think you would have heard your voice on SportsCenter for a second time. Wow.
Graziani checks the pass in and instead finds Kaler. Pierre, down the court he goes to Rogers. Open three, he takes it, and it's no good. Latimer kicks over to the left-hand side. Long. Yanor. Still working. Hutton Yanor shoots. It's no good. Still has 0 points.
Shaking his head, and he's just so tough, these shots. I mean, NSU has forced him into some tough long threes, and right there, showing bodies, physical with Hutton.
Graziani over to Will Yoakum. Inside to RJ Sunohara. He collects it, shoots it from the elbow, and it goes through.
Really capable shooter from that elbow area. Nice job gathering the shot right there.
Wow. Somehow Kaler gets that ball out, and Yanor misses the shot. Silvera goes up, and he'll get the bucket. But at this point, you start to wonder, is Yanor in his own head?
And everything that Rollins has made, they've earned, and it's only been 6 points.
RJ throws it down. A quick pick out from Pierre.
And that was that backside pass I was calling for. JP with the vision, RJ with the slam.
And RJ with the steal, leaves it for Pierre. Jonathan Pierre goes up, can't get the layup to go. Dallas Graziani fights for it. And I think Dallas drew the foul. And now we're going to get a bevy of substitutions. Moranville, Davis, Murphy, and Lucas Spidell for the first time. As Yoakum checks out. 4 new names on the court. Cody Potter checking in for Rollins. High pass to Moranville, and he'll track this one down. Moranville to Graziani. Back to Moranville. Connects with Ryan Davis. Davis steps inside and shoots. Overshoots it. Corcoran with the board. Latimer has it now. Latimer still going to the left block, and he scores.
Nice patient move from Lattimore. A little hesitation dribble, getting to that free throw line, then scoops it in with that left hand.
Graziani. And that was an awkward collision. Marion went down immediately. He stuck out.
Something's got to fall for Rollins from beyond the arc. 0 for 5 from the perimeter.
Graziani on the ball right now. And he'll try his luck at 3, and he knocks it through. Dallas Graziani with his first points.
And it's unbelievable how he gets his shot attempts off at his size. Extending the range there as Jake Moranville deflects one out of bounds. But the way that Dallas Graziani has found a role and found his spots to shoot those perimeter jump shots, he has found a home, and man, his three-point shooting has provided such a dynamic offensive. As you get another turnover.
Or nearly another turnover. You always got to hold your breath. Marion on the ball. Looks like he's doing all right after that collision earlier. He was called for the foul there. Corcoran with the no-look pass to Marion. He'll take the 3, and it's well off the mark. Didn't even make contact with the rim. Graziani to Moranville. Will bully his way inside before giving it back to Dallas.
Who's the second option here on this team offensively to score the basketball?
Spidell stepping inside, throwing it up. Tip drill a couple times. And coming down with it is Latimer. Latimer cuts by Graziani. Latimer gets it knocked out of his hands by Moranville.
It's like once you get past one shark, you got one sitting right in front of you, or you got someone chasing behind you. It's just a relentless defensive effort. And I'm sure Lattimore thought he made a nice move on Graziani.
Yeah.
And it looked like he had a lane to the rim. And Jake Moranville comes from behind and pokes it loose.
None of the players on this Shark team are content when they see one of their teammates chasing it down. Oh, he's got it covered is not something that's going through their head. Yanor to Marion. Hutton-Yanor still scoreless. Corcoran guarded by Moranville. Moranville slipped up. Corcoran out to Yanor. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock as Yanor trips up, gets it to Frazier. Frazier trying to burrow his way into Sunahara. Marion with the catch and shoot, no good. Pierre with the rebound.
Just an unbelievable half-court possession there from the Sharks, and now they look to push.
Pierre stepping inside, leaves it for Sunahara. He just dishes out points left and right. Jonathan Pierre and RJ making easy work of it.
JP's playing his own game right now. Everyone else, they're just trying to react. He knows where he's passing about 3 seconds before he actually lets it go.
Jake Moranville will get his second foul.
And that's JP's 5th assist. He's got 7 rebounds and 5 assists. He's only played 11 minutes, Mark. We mentioned it on the last broadcast together about that triple-double. I know he has no
Frazier kicks it back out. Latimer gets bumped by Pierre, and he'll take his first foul.
Yeah, and Pierre just got caught there, just was behind his defender. And Lattimore took one dribble, and Pierre, which is unfortunate to be in that position, and gets the foul. But I just love the way that the Sharks are rotating on defense. He was behind his defender, and Lattimore took one dribble, and Pierre, which is unfortunate to be in that position, and gets the foul. But I just love the way that the Sharks are rotating on defense, even if
Frazier kicks it back out. Latimer gets bumped by Pierre, and he'll take his first foul.
And Pierre just got caught there, just was behind his defender. And Lattimore took one dribble, and Pierre, which is unfortunate to be in that position, and gets the foul. But I just love the way that the Sharks are rotating on defense, even if someone gets beat by their primary offensive player. Someone is right there to step in, and super playing on a string as Kobe Rogers draws the charge.
What else is new? Death taxes and drawn charges by Kobe Rogers. Rest of the action here on the other end of the commercial.
Do you think you know the quarterdeck? Take another look.
Just never gets sped up. Will Yoakum and showing his ability to shoot from beyond the arc. Still waiting on that 7-8 3-point game because that is in him, Mark Schoenster. And that's going to happen at some point this season.
Yanor, tough shot, and he gets it to go. His first bucket of the day, the team's leading scorer and one of the conference's leading scorers.
And that is a big shot for someone that has struggled this half.
Pierre to Yoakum. Another three, and another swish through the rim. Yoakum with 12 points.
If I had a son, and he said, hey, how do you want to shoot? I'm a good shooter. I would show form of Will Yoakum.
Latimer from the charity stripe, and he banks it in. Back and forth we go again. Noah Southeastern with a 20-point lead.
And Will should be looking for this shot again.
And he'll take it. And he got it again. Will Yoakum.
Right on cue, and right now he's feeling it. He knows he's feeling it. And when you are in that zone, you've got to look for those threes because Rollins, they stick with it. They're not going to adjust. I'm sure we're not going to see the last of Will Yoakum.
Already SSC Player of the Week. Swept by him in Madison Frederick this past week in conference play. And all Sharks showing in that regard. And he is continuing that form. Marion checks into Latimer. He has to get it back to Marion. They're still stuck in that corner. Grashayev up the court to Yanor. Right when Hutton Yanor finally got a bucket, Will Yoakum decided to just knock down every shot that came his way. And he nearly had a steal there. Marion scrambling for it. Down the court he goes. Kicks it out to Yanor. A botched catch on there, but Yanor still has possession. And then his shot, no good. Tip drill, still up in the air. And Graziani wins the tip drill.
Gonna have Yoakum here.
He thought about it. He'll take a long two. And it's no good, but Rogers with the putback. Hand in his face and all.
I just love the way that the Sharks look for Yoakum right now. We know he's hot, but Dallas Graziani knew exactly where he wanted to go. And Will's got to continue to shoot that basketball because there's going to be bodies going everywhere at him.
Latimer. Under a minute to go in the first half. He'll pull a triple, and it's well off the mark. Bouncing about. Latimer collects his own shot. Spins. Flicks it out to Yanor. Marion open three. And it's no good. Bouncing around a couple times. Kobe Rogers with the board.
Opportunity at a 2-for-1 if they really hurry.
Graziani to Yoakum. Passes inside for Sunahara with the reverse.
And that's what happens when you hit 4 threes in the first half. 3 bodies go after Will Yoakum, and the patience to find a cutting RJ Sunahara for the reverse.
And Yoakum gets the steal. Sunahara can hold it. And you know they're trying to eye up Yoakum. He's got it. He'll take a long two off the mark. And then Rogers piggybacking over top of Latimer there. Over the back. His back was over his back there.
See if Crutch uses a timeout here. I know he won't, but because he doesn't follow the normal coaching rules.
7 seconds to go. Graziani. Bounces it to Spidell. Inside to Yoakum. Yoakum holds. Still with it. The patience. He throws it up, and he's going to go to the free throw line. What is that?
Yeah. What is what?
Will Yoakum, with the time ticking down, doesn't hurry to shoot, is able to draw the foul with 1.7 seconds left in the half.
Well, right now, he's a wanted man. I mean, Rollins, every time Will Yoakum touches the ball, you've got 5 of them looking right at him. And when you shoot and connect on 4 threes, Mark Schoenster, that pump fake is always going to work as he connects on the first free throw. And by the way, I do have to mention this about Will Yoakum. We got on him about the free throws the last 5 games.
That side of the court.
Yeah, and if you didn't listen to the pregame show, if Shark Bites, whatever you want to call it, Will Yoakum had talked to me about just their pressing ability and how they're underrated in that half court, and they felt like they've gotten so much better in the half court defense, and we've seen it tonight. It's been the most impressive first half from a defensive standpoint that I've seen. Let's see if they can continue to just wear down Rollins.
Graziani will check it over to Jonathan Pierre. Pierre takes a long three, and it's not good. Rebound collected by Matthias Silveira. D1 transfer. Marion. Over to Yanor, guarded by Jonathan Pierre. Low pass to Marion. Working on Rogers there before passing to Grashayev. Yanor long three is good. They need to get him cooking here in the second half.
Yeah, they need a lot of things to get cooking in the second half, but a good start for Rollins and especially Yanor.
Rogers to Sunahara, out to Jonathan Pierre. He'll take another three, and this one will go through for Jonathan Pierre.
And how are you supposed to guard that? He's about a couple inches behind the three-point line. You press up on him, he's going to go by.
And then a turnover on the other end. Jonathan Pierre was there, and it slips through the hands of Silveira. Sunahara takes the long shot, bounces up and in.
Prince RJ with a charm of a bounce.
Grashayev. It's stolen by Rogers. How about that dish to Jonathan Pierre? Oh, my goodness. It's blocked. Yoakum couldn't get the finish, but two behind the back passes consecutively. Yenor for three, and it's good. RJ catches the floater, clutches, goes up, and scores.
And he got knocked in the head. I mean, that's got to be a foul. Looked for it, but just tremendous concentration to still fill it up there.
And Rogers gets his hand on it, slips through the legs. Jonathan Pierre to Rogers for three. Swish! 13 points for Kobe Rogers.
Love the way that Kobe has found his shots tonight. Beautiful steal.
As they came off the leg, it's another turnover.
It's a heads-up play right there from Kobe Rogers. A complete game today, and Jonathan Pierre continues to feed the mouths of these Sharks. 8 assists.
And nearly another three as Yoakum came flying in looking for the board. Couldn't get it. Grashayev collects it. Cade Long will hold it. Graziani is there prodding. Long to Marion. 15 on the shot clock. Yenor gets it over to Marion, and it'll bounce out off of Kobe Rogers. Just been a frantic start to the second half for Rollins. Marion. Here's Long. Nice bounce inside, and Silvera drawing the foul will go to the free throw line. It's RJ's first.
And when your two best players have combined for 10 points, I don't care if you're playing Nova Southeastern, and I don't care who you're playing. You're not going to win a lot of games when your top two scorers have just pretty much been dormant until this second half, for Yenor at least knocking down 2 trays. But it's kind of been like, okay, no Marion, no Yenor. Who's next? Who's going to take these shots? And feels like a lot of standing around and watching these two try to create offense.
Silva will knock down the second free throw. Like he said, 10 combined points between Marion and Yenor. Yenor has 8, Marion 2. Graziani, a look for the inbound. Connects with Pierre. And then RJ gets his pocket picked. But they couldn't keep hold of the ball. When things go right, they still don't go right for Rollins. Pierre will await the ball to inbound it. 57-22. Pierre gives it to Graziani. 20 on the shot clock. He holds it. Rogers gives it right back.
Good decision right there from Dallas not to pass that to JP. Probably could have gotten that picked off.
Pierre finds Rogers in that left corner, and Rogers buries another.
And I don't know why they just don't let JP play that point guard position in the zone. Dallas is a great shooter. Put him on the wing. But right now, JP's got to have the ball in his hands to distribute. Another tremendous pass to the corner to Kobe Rogers, who is feeling it as well.
Jonathan Pierre with 9 assists.
And Kobe Rogers and Will Yoakum combined 8 threes, 8 for 11 between the two of them.
Grashayev's three is knocked away by Rogers, and he'll get it on the other side. He'll hold it, take it to the corner.
607 South University Drive.
As we welcome you back here to the Rick Case Arena, 63-22, Nova Southeastern, a 40-point advantage over Rollins. Currently riding a 2-game win streak. Their last game wasn't an SEC game. They played Warner. A couple players sat out in that game. Their last game against the conference opponent was St. Leo. They won that game 98-95 at a nail-biter.
And the football formation for Rollins there on the press break, it worked. But when you're down 63-22, one might say it could have been too late.
So Vera gets the ball knocked out of his hands, but they're going to call a foul on it. Still got a couple more games to go before that's officially in play, but the way that the rest of the SSC is self-cannibalizing,
yeah.
Nova's just sat alone at the top.
Yeah, and even, I mean, we're looking at 11-0 right now. Let's not play dumb here. I mean, this is Nova Southeastern's conference to lose right now.
Silvera's free throw is good. I'm going to talk a little bit about Matthias Silveira, the graduate center. This man has been around.
Yep.
He is from Brazil, but he played at Calusa Prep in Miami, and then has since played at Pensacola State, Austin Peay, and the University of Portland before coming to Rollins. So if you want to track his route, it's Florida to Tennessee to Florida to Oregon to Florida. He's just had quite a basketball run, or a life run for that matter, because also add Brazil on the front end or back end of that.
He's got to be a part of the Delta Sky Club. That's a lot of frequent flyer miles.
Long will give it over to Yanort. Gives it right back to Long. He's at the right. I wouldn't expect a Coach Crutch timeout at this point in time. So we might find ourselves flying through this game at this point.
Yeah, we might get home by 9:30. How about that? We got any good games tonight?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Got the playoffs this weekend, the AFC NFC Championship game. Sorry about your Vikings 2 weeks ago. We haven't touched base since then.
I felt that coming.
Yeah.
Felt it. And you know what? I let Mark stay and watch the game at my house. No one watches Vikings games other than my father. And Mark was lucky.
We got that broadcaster chemistry as Marion shoots. It's off the mark. Rebound collected by Yanort. And he gets the N1 bucket.
Yeah, really nice rebound from Yanort. Still playing here, 65-26. And good job amongst the trees, grasping that rebound and absorbing the contact. Has a chance of the three-point play. At least you got to give some credit to Yanort for coming out in the second half. Hitting 2 threes. And this is point number 9, I'm pretty sure, in the second half.
Yeah, it is. He's got 11 now, the graduate guard from Orlando. He was on the first team All-SSC last year. His average was higher last season, but, I mean, you're averaging 19 points a game. Like, that's not always a indictment on you.
No.
It could just be the team dynamic. As Ryan Davis is able to keep that one alive. Dallas for 3, no good. Ball tipped around. Davis has the board somehow on the other side of the court now.
Another offensive rebound for the Sharks.
Davis still going with it. Flips it out. Moransville still going. Kicks it to Dallas. Graziani for 3. It's no good. And then getting his legs sweat from underneath him, Thomas Murphy crashes to the floor.
Murphy took a hard fall there going after that rebound. Looks like he's okay.
So Murphy will collect the foul there.
NSU's 10th offensive rebound. And look at this formation, Mark. This is what they started to do. Rollins have this football type of formation. And it's worked up to this point.
Talking about AFC and NFC championship games. Corcoran. Back to Latimer. He gives it to Long, guarded by Ryan Davis. Long. Give it to Silveira. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Corcoran floats it up, and Yoakum smelled that one.
He's going to get a foul on Yoakum, I think.
That'll be his third.
Yeah, it looks like Yoakum was there. Pick and roll, side pick and roll particularly, and Yoakum was that tag man. It looked like he was on time, contested with his hands up, but gets called for the foul.
Well, Silveira will miss that free throw. He's a 66% free throw shooter.
When Rollins has used that side pick and roll, it's worked, and it works because of the spacing element. There's no strong side corner man, and there's a ton of space when you come off that side pick and roll. And it's tough on that weak side defender to have to tag, but Will Yoakum did that, just got called for the foul.
Here to RJ Sunohara. Sunohara crosses half court. He gets it back. RJ still working. He'll float it up, and he gets another bucket.
Okay, that was a beautiful possession in a sequence, and all coaches can relate to this. Nice job playing off two, not only getting into the paint, but before that, good control to break the press, and then, of course, the floater in the paint.
Corcoran. Over to Latimer. Cade Long. Low ball inside. Silveira tucks it home.
Still surprised Rollins hasn't used their big men as much as they probably should have in this game.
A steal and kept in play, but the ball goes a wire. And it's another Shark steal. Rogers from that left wing, driving inside, kicks it back out. Moranville in the left corner.
Gonna have JP.
Davis hands to RJ. Why not another three? He swishes it through. RJ Sunahara knocking down another triple.
And dialing it up is RJ Sunahara. And he's got a smooth stroke. That's another thing we don't see a ton from him.
Long for three. No good. That went off the top of the board.
RJ Sunahara's 14th three of the season. Only taken 29. 45%. Remember late in the season last year, he started to connect from beyond the arc, particularly in that corner, that comfy corner.
Yeah.
And he was so big in that NCAA tournament run and really all season.
Had a monster SSC tournament. Ended up being the player of the tournament as that one goes through for Moranville, just showing so much control.
Yeah, 3 for 3 for today for Jake Moranville. Again, another guy that isn't going to force anything, going to take the open shot if he has it. We're going to get a 5 seconds here against Rollins, but he's just violent, Jake Moranville. I mean, you don't want to get in front of him. You don't want to take a charge. And you feel him when he goes to the basket.
I'd say you got to get out the ice packs after.
Absolutely.
He bumps into you a couple times.
With Ryan Davis and him, I tell you, it's minutes, it's points, it's rebounds, and it's bruises delivered.
Yeah.
That's the other stat that you have to keep an eye on with them.
And it's so nice when you can trade those two out and then put in Yoakum and Graziani. Now you're wincing, and then these two just dice right by you.
It's like a hockey line. It's like putting out your fourth line, your grinders and your bruisers, and then bringing out your skilled first liners.
Latimer gets across half court, dashing down as he goes. Jumps and shoots and knocks it through.
That is a sweet move by Latimer. How about that speed coming down the rim? We felt the breeze over here. Nice job on the pull-up.
Yoakum for three. Picking up right where he left off. Hasn't taken too many shots here in the second half. No worry. $11:52 to go here at the Rick Case Arena. Nova Southeastern leading 75-32 over the Rollins College Tars. Mark Schoenster, Steve Strom giving you the action on the SSC Digital Network. A defensive clinic from Nova Southeastern as Cody Potter gives it to Frazier, who kicks it right back out to Potter. He'll take the three, and he doesn't have it. Rogers goes airborne, gets hit in the face, and Frazier is going to pick up a foul for that. Couple other games happening tonight. Embry-Riddle playing Barry, pretty big game there. St. Leo against Florida Tech, another pretty interesting affair. And then you've got Florida Southern and Palm Beach Atlantic, along with Eckerd and Lynn. As that one floats up for Yoakum, no good. RJ with the rebound. Rogers for three. It's good.
Man, he's locked in, Kobe Rogers. That's his 5th three tonight. And that was coming too. We've been waiting for the Kobe Rogers game as well, and he has delivered from beyond the arc. He has such a smooth stroke. I think early on you saw him pressing a little bit, but this game particularly, and it started off, he hit the first three of the game from a dime from JP, but you're going to get shots in this offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like you have your typical number one scorer that's taken 25 shots a game. Every player, the way that they share the ball is going to get open looks. Whether it's a three, whether it's a layup, whether it's a two, you just got to stay within the context and the confines of the offense, and you're going to get your looks. And that's what Kobe Rogers has done an exceptional job today doing.
Is there a shooter on this team that doesn't have a smooth stroke? As we had a block there from Shane Hunter. Welcome to the game.
No, and I think that's a credit to Coach V and the way that this entire coaching staff recruits. If you can't shoot, as Shane Hunter lays it up and in, another assist from Jonathan Pierre, I think that's his 10th.
Yeah.
But if you can't shoot, man, it's really hard for you to play.
Corcoran
any level.
goes down the court and misses it, and then the putback's no good. Kaler, to Corcoran, holds it, takes the three, no good. It's just not Rollins' night. It's not Rollins' night. Trying to see who the foul was on.
Alex Mangold checking in for Dallas Graziani. JP heads to the bench. Jake Moranville checks in. And it's the first we'll see of Alex Mangold. Was in the rotation for a little bit when RJ Sunahara came down. Hard on that ankle.
Had a career-high 10 points at Lynn. Or not at Lynn, versus Lynn.
Yep.
That was here.
And slowly but shortly, you're starting to see Coach Crutchfield trust Alex. 6'8", really good screener. Coach Crutchfield loves the way that he plays.
So 1 for 2 for Frazier, his first point of the day. Hunter bringing it down the court. Leaves it for Mangold. You know he could shoot it. Bounces it inside for Hunter. Back out to Mangold.
Got to be ready to shoot if you're Mangold there.
Spidell, 10 on the shot clock. Moranville steps inside, kicks out to Davis. Davis, nice find. Hunter inside for Spidell. The combos, the connections.
I mean, that's tic-tac-toe. Beautiful ball movement from Nova Southeastern in a lineup that we haven't even seen. Again, guys are just playing on a string together offensively as well.
Yanor steps inside, still going with it, and he knocks it down. 13 points now for the team's leading scorer.
Nice job from Yanor getting to his spot with that left hand. Pull-up jumper, knocks it in. The bright spot.
No-look pass, and Hunter lays it in so nicely. Cameron Corcoran crosses half court, finds Kaler. Potter with a catch and shoot, and it's good.
Good flash right there from Potter at the elbow. Back-to-back decent offensive possessions for Rollins.
Spidell up for Hunter. Wow. How about stretching back to catch that ball?
A little too much air from Lucas Spidell. Didn't matter. Shane Hunter. Outstretched arms. That's tough, man. That's a tough shot to find the right amount of energy you want to throw on that ball.
Hunter's got 6 points in 2 minutes. You can dig this deep into your well of players, and he comes out and does that.
Yeah, and this group, again, we have not seen this group of Shane Hunter, Lucas Spidell, Alex Mangold, Ryan Davis, and Jake Moranville play a lot this year. This might be the first time these five have played. And the way that they share the ball, who knows? Who knows what this lineup can look like?
An entirely different look.
With really no true point guard either on the floor. I mean, Jake Moranville's a small forward. Ryan Davis, capable of bringing the ball up, but I would say more of a shooting guard. Or a running back, maybe.
Pick your role. Spidell for three. Off the mark. And it'll bounce out. Davis doing everything he can to keep it in. Or at least ricochet it off of a Tars player. Seeing Rivers Lenault in the game for Rollins, along with Tyler Woods.
Rivers Lenault. That is a tremendous name.
As that shot's off the mark, rebound collected by Moranville. Moranville gallops down the court. Finds Mangold. Mangold to Moranville. And they'll take their time with it. Davis, Spidell, Hunter. You talk about the passing. And nearly finished off, tipping around a couple of times, no good. The point still stands, though. They just continue to ping it to each other. Couldn't get the finished product on that possession. Potter takes a three, and it's good. Moranville crosses the jump circle. Spidell has the ball, leaves it for Davis. He'll take the three, and it'll bounce off Moranville.
This is all improv.
What I was
Never
looking
Texas.
into was how many minutes Nova Southeastern has trailed this season.
Okay.
How often have they been behind?
Okay.
After the Embry-Riddle game, where they were behind for a significant amount of that game, they have trailed for under 21 minutes.
The entire season.
The entire season.
I mean, sometimes, the other team can score the first bucket.
Yeah.
And you can maybe struggle for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
That hasn't been the case. I mean, even if you look at the numbers as Jake Moranville connects on that second free throw, the numbers in the first half for Nova Southeastern. Look at this right here, Mark.
Jeez. 1,002 points in the first half coming into today.
To the opponent's 642. I mean, that is incredible. These are video game numbers that are real life.
I had to go through the play-by-plays statistically of those games because they didn't have the number readily available on the stat pages. That shot got hucked up at the buzzer, swatted out, should be Shark ball. And the pattern was so consistent because when they got behind, it was in that they got the ball, they scored the first bucket.
Right, it's that early first
and
couple
almost
minutes.
every time, it was immediately followed by a Shark basketball score. And you would see early in the game, they'd just be trading, and then there would just be a ticking moment. And you kind of see it when we watch the games, where suddenly that lead just explodes and gets way out of hand in a rapid pace.
Yep.
Moranville takes the three, off the mark. 3 Sharks players there for the rebound. Of course, Ryan Davis is the one who came down with it, but then he loses the ball. Brooks Taylor will take it across half court. By the way, that 20 minutes and 17 seconds, that's 2%, 2.8% of the minutes they've played this season. They've trailed.
You really did your numbers, huh? Did
Oh,
you get
yeah.
the calculator out for this one?
Oh, yeah. I did some calculator work. Because it was prompted by, to be quite honest, I got the Instagram story that they were trailing at halftime against Embry-Riddle, and
Yeah.
I went, wait a minute.
Yes.
How often have
Yes.
they trailed this season?
Yeah. 14 offensive rebounds for the Sharks. That number continues to be something that we've noticed this season.
Grashayev shoots, it's off the mark. Davis gets the rebound.
And not really with a big lineup, too. I mean, that's another thing that I think has been staggering this year. Yes, Nova Southeastern is longer than they ever have been under Coach Crutchfield team.
Mangold knocks down a three.
Welcome to the three party, Alex Mangold.
That's the 17th made triple of the night. Grashayev gets it knocked out of his hands by Moranville. Still Rollins basketball. Lenolt back to Potter. Brooks Kaler now. Brings over to that right corner. Lets it fly to Lenolt. Woods. Backs into Hunter.
Look at this.
And here's a steal from Mangold. But then running into each other are Mangold and Davis.
Another superb defensive possession there. Just staying in front of the ball. Nose into the shoulders. Moving their feet. Everyone on a string.
Tommy Sala in the game now. Hunter spins, and he loses the ball. Lets out a shout of frustration. Kaler kicks it out. Grashayev for three. It's good.
Wow, that's a smooth stroke from a big man like that.
6'10".
Southpaw, yeah.
Sergei Grashayev, the Russian. Mangold. Inside to Sala, elbow shot. No good. Hunter just high-fives that one out to Davis, and he knocks down the three.
Really cheeky offensive rebound from Shane Hunter. Just throwing it to Ryan Davis in the wing.
I think it's a liberal use of the word throw. I think he just smacked it out there.
Yeah. Did you like that I said cheeky? That's a soccer term, right?
Yeah, cheeky
I hear
is
that
a
all the
soccer
time.
term. Oh,
when I
yeah.
used to play FIFA.
Cheeky. Mangold. Over to the corner. Tommy Sala for three. No good. Kaylert on the left wing. Tries to dice by Mangold. Kicks it out. Linault for three. And he airballs it.
Tommy Sala and
3:22 to go in this one at the Rick Case Arena. Nova Southeastern, an emphatic performance. Just another day in Shark Nation here at the Rick Case Arena.
I know that you tagged me in a tweet a couple nights ago, some of the numbers for Nova Southeastern.
Yeah, shout out the small college basketball Twitter account trying to give the smaller schools some more notice and notoriety in the Twitter sphere. Obviously, it's easy for D1 schools to get that attention as Davis pulls the three. No good. But how about that catch and jump and shot from Shane Hunter?
And Ryan Davidson, hey, that was a pass. I should get an assist for that.
We'll see what the statisticians think of that one. A nice reverse layup there from Brooks Kaylert.
And when you talk about putting English on the backboard,
that was tidy. Davis finds Moranville. Checks it back to Davis. He jabs before giving it back to Moranville. Mangold connects with Sala. Sala goes up, and Sala will go to the free throw line. He hits the deck hard there, Tommy Sala.
we know the close relationship with Alex Mangold and Tommy Sala. Always sitting next to each other on that bench, and you know they've got some form of a connection right there. Mangold to Sala. Really cool to see those two connect on the court. Let's get one here, Tom.
Knocks the first one down. He's 3 of 4 from the charity stripe this season. He was 13 of 14 last year, and Tommy Sala goes to the free throw line. Tommy Sala typically will put them through. Now I hold my breath. Okay.
Good lower third right there from our producer.
Shout out the guy, Josh Leatherman, always sitting here to our right.
And the hair looks really good today. Just flowing per usual.
He's got some lettuce.
He does have some lettuce. I love when people refer his hair as lettuce.
Kaylert. He's a big baseball guy, too.
He is. I know he
the
is.
lettuce in baseball.
I know he is.
Turnover for Rollins. 2 minutes to go. Nova Southeastern did just break 95 points. So for the fans here, you get that Blaze Pizza. I was wondering earlier what happens when you get both teams hitting Blaze Pizza. I'm not sure if that means you get 2 buy one, get one frees.
Maybe they should deliver it to our houses.
Yeah.
Speaking of baseball real quick, I'm a Twins fan. Luis Arraez down here to Miami. That's going to be fun for the Marlins. Luis Arraez, the former batting champ.
Okay, nice. You're springing into a brick wall when it comes to baseball. So
yeah.
That one knocks off the legs of Tommy Sala.
I understand. Pablo Lopez to Minnesota, Luis Arraez to Miami. And all of a sudden, the Marlins maybe in the mix.
South Florida sports. When a team gets good, it's always pretty exciting down here.
Absolutely. Big win for the Heat last night against the Celtics. 12-0 run in that fourth quarter. Send Bam Adebayo to Utah, please.
Sala trying to crane that around and getting the bucket. Couldn't go.
Lord knows Bam deserves it.
Shots off the mark. Rebound collected by Mangold. Here's Moranville. Just over a minute to go. Mangold backing into his man. And just missing that pass to Moranville.
Yeah, just too hot to handle. Whipped it over to Moranville. Almost took off JP's coconut. Wow.
Potter swishes the three. He's come in and shot the ball really well.
I was going to say, where has this guy been all night?
Junior guard, averages 6 points a game. He's got 8 in this one. Only played 13 minutes, though.
Knocked down the elbow jump shot, and then even his last triple before that. Just caught it and shot it.
From Pikeville, Kentucky, Cody Potter. 6'6" guard. Moranville. To Sala. 40 seconds to go. Nice pass inside for Sala. And Mangold couldn't get the finish, but he will get the free throw. Tyler Woods with his second foul of the day. So Alex Mangold with one made triple.
How about that free throw routine by Alex Mangold? Did he go between the legs on purpose there?
I totally was looking down at a note.
Let's
I
see.
didn't even see it. Let's see if he does it again.
He does. Look at
He
that.
does. Wow.
See, this is attention to detail. JP's double socks. Alex Mangold's free throws.
It's the little things that get you really attached to a team.
Yeah.
Kaylor. Bounce it to Krashayev. Quick pass inside. Potter for three. It's good again. Get this guy more minutes.
And I think the score of the last game, Mark, was 100-58. And we aren't going to get that, but pretty close.